All right, we are live for the 98th episode of the
Let's Go podcast. And as promised, we're back with another power captain couple. We got Big League Dicker and Chezky Itzkowitz, both who have been on the podcast before and now are teaming up for the upcoming HSL fall tournament. We're super pumped. We're super excited. We're trying to help instill that confidence to Menachem, and hopefully by having him be a captain now, it'll even greater infuse him with the confidence of the talented player that he is and the talented player that a lot of these B-League guys are. And we are super excited. Dave, take it away.
Well, yeah, I'm excited as well. Menachem is not a Big League is not a stranger to the podcast. He's been on the podcast before. Chezky Itzkowitz is new.
Has not been
to the Let's Go pod. Has not been on the podcast. He's brand new.
Chezky's never been on? Weren't you on Chezky?
No, Yankee has.
Well,
Yankee has, not me.
Yankee
I know
has,
Yankee has.
and I understand that.
Why did I think Chezky was on with Menachem and when we had the Tigers, when we had Menachem on and
No, that was Sandy Berger. You also thought
Sandy...
Menachem asked you to sell HSL sponsorships. There's something with your brain that I don't know, just makes things up.
Well, I was right about the design thing. Menachem, you did mention to me that you wanted to help out with the mock-ups and stuff.
No, we'll talk about this off camera. There's a whole. Me and Dave spoke. Me and you never spoke. We'll hack.
Okay.
All right. So Chezky, I have heard he's like a really talented player. He plays on the Gordon Company's Sunday team. He is well connected with a lot of great players. But all that's been spoken about him on the podcast is Archie Eichhorn saying compared to Yankee, he's Niskatnu Adoros. That he can't even sit in the stands and watch Yankee play. He's such a madriga below. But anyway, welcome to both of you guys.
He's only said that because he hasn't really seen me play. We haven't played together, really, ever before. What was it, last year?
Before you guys won a championship together.
Correct. Which obviously he only won,
so,
which he mentioned himself. I was a big X factor.
You were a big X factor. What position do you play on that squad?
So I played second a lot. And I was more of a utility man. When they needed me in the outfield, I played outfield and infield. So mostly second and right center or left field.
Yeah, that's a big range, second base over to left field. Two very different positions.
Exactly.
All right. It's important to have utility guys on a championship squad. So then we have, of course, Mr. Dicker, who is a B-League player generally. And like Avi was saying, this might be the opportunity he needs to take his talents to the next level. Yeah, go ahead, Menachem.
I don't know where Avi got this narrative that I'm scared of the A-League. It was never about that. Yeah, listen. Right when I started playing, I think with Avi, I think I was more like, listen, I'm good. I'm not great. I like to think I've gotten better over the last few years. But Avi has this whole thing that I'm scared, that I don't trust myself. I am the best baseball player in the world. I'm confident. I know that. I think all my friends and all the guys I usually play with are in the B League. So I was never I don't know most of the guys in the A League. I know Chezky.
Dave, look how far he's come.
Exactly. I owe it all to the HSL. Exactly.
Well, Avi is the league psychologist. First he got, Ariel Cohen didn't think he had what it took to be in the A League. And Avi had a long conversation with him stretching out over 9 months. And Ariel kept saying, Avi, I don't have what it takes. Like the way a Rebbe kid talks, a yeshiva guy talks to the Rebbe on Purim, they say, Rebbe, I want to learn. It was all reverse. Ariel would say, Avi, I don't think I have what it takes. And Avi would say, you have what it takes, Ariel.
Avi would point to his chest and be like, you have it in you.
I see something that you don't see yet.
Exactly.
So we're trying to do that with you, Big League. So that's let's hit hard right away. I mean, we are hitting hard right away. I guess my big question for you is, so you have a big opportunity here because you're going to have games against Steve Pollan, Yossi Kaufman, possibly Daniel Ash.
Possibly Ariel Cohen, possibly
there are
Yehuda
whispers.
Koenig.
Yeah, Yehuda Koenig might join, Avi.
It says as long as he's healthy, he'd potentially want to join, yeah.
What's wrong with him?
He's been injured forever. But he can play right field the whole spring. I don't know. I'm not sure. He said he wants to join as long as he's healthy. He has to make sure he's healthy is what he said.
So the question is, what will it take for you to join an A-League team? I know what you're going to say. You're going to say you have no problem joining an A-League team. You just like playing with your friends in the B-League.
Right. So that's A, right? So it's just I've been with the Tigers now for a while. I never really played in the Monday night league, just because I was with the Tigers for so long and we have a good squad going. Happens to be Avi last year in the fall league when we were in that league. Remember we played against CBS, the best baseball team assembled, whatever. We played. We played against Daniel Ash.
We lost on an error, like 2-1 or 1-0, right?
We lost 3-2, I believe.
3-2.
We lost 3-2, and I think we had 3 hits in the game or something, 3 actual like earned hits, and I hit 2 base hits off Daniel Ash. So he's such a good pitcher, though. He comes in like super fast. He knows how to put the ball exactly where it needs to be. I played against Steve Pollen once. I don't remember when. And then Yossi Kaufman has taken me for a ride once or twice. So I definitely know that I could hit these guys. It's harder, but like it's not something that I'm scared of at all. And Avi, you know what? You claim that I'm such an A-leaguer. I'm going to play first base for you next season in the Sunday morning. How's that sound?
By the way, the honest truth is...
Put your money where your mouth is.
Exactly.
Put your money where your mouth is, Avi.
The honest truth is, we actually don't have a real first baseman in my A league in the spring. We have so many left side, Rokach, Zinn, right. Yaakov Sabo. So Yaakov plays a lot of first base for us. But the truth is, we don't really have a true first baseman, so that's not out of the cards, Menachem. It's not.
Listen,
out of the
I was
cards.
on the Black Sox for 1 season. I'm not committed to them. Avi, I'm not that expensive either. I just want a max contract.
I was going to say we could see how expensive you are, but you're going to be drafting. You're not going to actually be drafted in this auction draft. Otherwise, we'd actually be funny.
But listen, we could talk come spring. It's a year away, but we'll talk come spring. But I'm excited for this draft. I think that it's also like it's not just B leaguers coming up to play with the A leaguers. I think that like mixing everyone together, like A leaguers, B leaguers on the same team, playing against the team that has also A leaguers, B leaguers. There's just a lot of spread out talent. Or lack thereof.
Malcolm, right now, as of today, we were split 55-45, 55B, 45A. Not players, but percentages around, which is tremendous. There's always going to be more B than A because B League's much bigger than A. But that's a fantastic ratio. It's basically 50-50 in equivalency.
Right. As long as the top guys in the A League are like, they're down for this and they're ready and committed and they're like excited about it and they're not thinking like, I don't want to play with not such good talent. As long as they're ready to commit and like, go all in on it, I think it has potential to be really awesome. And, like, again, play with guys you never played with before. Like, I don't know. Me and Chezky, we don't know who we're going to go after as a pitcher, as a shortstop, like all these, like, big positions. But, like, we definitely have been floating some names out there. And these are guys that, like, we never even said a word to, or maybe at least I haven't. I don't know if Chezky has. But, like, they're definitely guys that I would be excited to play with and guys that I would be excited to play against,
Well, on that note, just first of all, I want to express an appreciation at Karsatov to Steve Pollen and Yossi Kaufman because they pushed for this whole idea. They're not Stoltzy. People think Steve's a Stoltzy guy, but, like, he's like, no, let's do this. He signed up immediately. He wants to integrate with the B, see who's able to take it to the next level, but hasn't had that opportunity, give people an opportunity to face different styles. So they're all in. They've been encouraging other top talent to sign up, which there has been. Guy just signed up today, David Bloom, who's a shortstop or a second baseman on the Bombers.
Shortstop. Really Moshe Zinn caliber stud. He's fantastic.
Avi, is he the one who played for Pollen in the spring morning league?
Yes.
Okay,
yes.
So
David Bloom. He's unbelievable. And by the way, he's a way better hitter than, I shouldn't say that. He's a fantastic hitter. The guy's a money leadoff hitter. I wrote it in the players chat. He is money. He hits the ball hard every single time.
Right.
Every time.
Yeah. So yeah, Carson took to them, and I think it's going to be a really exciting. It's going to be really fun, really exciting for the league to have all this going on. So Chezky, you're sitting quietly over there. I know you make a lot of noise on the field, but you don't make so much noise in the podcast. How do you and Dicker know each other?
I only know Dicker from the Tuileries Tigers. We actually played the last couple of seasons, 3 years. We played a lot of ball together.
Well, it wasn't the Tuileries Tigers yet. It was just the Tigers. But yeah, we've been playing together for about 3 years now, 4 years.
We knew that was going to happen.
So who brought you on board, Chezky, to the Tigers?
Well, this is going back in David Manella's days. Back 6 years ago, David asked me to play for him as a ringer. After I moved back, I used to live in Israel up until 6 years ago, and then he asked me to play for him a couple of times, and then he simply put me on his team. I've been playing with him probably for about 5 years. I was always a sub up until about 2 or 3 years
Not
ago.
just a sub, but not just a sub, but a ringer. You made clear, not just a sub.
Yeah. That's how it started, though. And I know David already for a couple of years back in Camp Graham days. Camp Graham. I mean, he's a little bit older
Were you
than
back
me,
in
but
Camp Graham? Go
I
ahead.
was, yes.
No. Were you there when Elimelech Sperling was the talk of the Catskills?
Yeah, of course. I remember he was like a
Dave,
a
why do you
genius
find it
once.
hard to believe, Dave?
I don't find it hard to believe. I find it funny. I was in camp so many years ago, and the other day, Jonas and Lohinger was like, Sperling was playing in this All-Star game. He had a big double in the All-Star game, and Lohinger's like, remember when Sperling was at Ram and was the talk of the Catskills? So I asked Sperling about it, and Sperling said he's not the talk of the Catskills anymore. He's just the talk of the women's walking groups. He said they're always talking about him. You know those walking groups in the Catskills? He said they're always talking about extreme vent cleaning. Chezky, sorry. So you were in Camp Graham, so you knew Manella from Ram.
I know though, Manel Frame, Elimelech was a good player, still is a good player, but David really recruited me back from then. I used to play, even as a camper, I used to play in the staff team. And from there, he actually recruited me slowly to the Tigers. That was actually
that's a sore topic for me because I like to tell everyone that I was also one of the biggest, if not the biggest, legend to ever play softball upstate. But I never made the team as a camper, and it always bothers me. Like Moshe Feintuch tells, it made David Koss made the team. There are guys that are like athletes. I never did it. Like why couldn't I make a team as a camper? It bothers me every few days. I think back to my camp days. Like why couldn't I make it as a camper? Sorry.
It's all about the connections. It's who you
That's
know.
what they tell me to make me feel good. That's what they tell me to make me feel good.
Exactly.
But it's funny because I don't remember, Chezky, I mamish don't even remember like the day or like the season that you started playing full time with us. Like I think you just appeared there one day. I don't even remember. Maybe when you weren't on the Tigers before me, right? The Tigers used to be like a full North Woodmere team. There was no like it was like guys who aren't even like around anymore, like don't even play anymore. But like then it's kind of started like slowly moving. Like you came and maybe even Sandy wasn't even on the team at the beginning.
Again, I was unofficially on the team, but I played a bunch of games throughout the year. Like I wasn't committed because I wasn't officially on the team, but I did play a bunch of games.
Chezky, how old are you?
That's 31.
31. Okay, and Menachem, you're 29? Okay, so around the same age.
Mm-hmm.
Sure, Dave.
Well, I'm 38, so it just feels like you guys are.
Avi's the baby of the group.
You're 38, Dave. You're 38. You look young.
I know.
It's a shocker. I know. When you hear it for the first time, it's a shocker, Chezky. It's a shocker.
Wow.
Yeah, Avi with that beard looks older than Dave even.
Oh, really? That's good to know.
And more mature.
That's definitely true. That's push it. So the Tigers, they're one of the teams that has a real culture. I feel really bad because we ranked them, I think, one in the power rankings even before your spring championship. You guys ended up losing in the champs or in the semis?
We lost in the semis.
Who did you lose to?
Yeah, we lost to Zinn and Jack Ross and.
See, that's a very strong team. Very strong.
Honestly,
very tough.
They're great. They're really great. They didn't even hit so well. We just did not hit. We didn't hit at all that night. It was like
nothing.
Just a disaster.
Guess who beat them in the championship, Dave?
Ariel Cohen.
Yeah.
Oh, so you had a rough spring. Menachem. You were on two strong teams and came up just short.
Can't win the big one.
Well, you guys did win the big one. You have won championships on the Tigers, right? Or at least one.
Yeah, I think we have one. I don't remember.
So I wasn't on the
years
team
ago.
then. I don't recall. I don't recall, and I don't.
No, yeah, it was a while back. Yeah, it was a while ago.
What position do you play on the Tigers, Chezky?
Left field usually. Left field, unless we need.
So on Gordon Companies, you can't quite make the cut to be the regular left fielder, but on the Tigers, you can.
I'll tell you, with Yossi Kaufman pitching, you have a lot more balls hit on the right side. So I was actually playing second base last year fall, and I made a bunch of plays. And then I was also playing right center field, which also I got a lot of plays. So when Yossi Kaufman is actually pitching, the right side is definitely more important than the left side. Really, even with Itzkowitz pitching for the Tigers, do you have people hitting to the left side, I maybe get a ball a game. I'm averaging literally a half a ball a game in left field. But
Yeah.
so again, I do think that the right side is a lot more important than the left side in these games.
Well, Dave's out. So while Dave disappeared, let's get a little bit. It's some good hawk, some good talk with the Tigers, and I want to get into tachlis with this tournament coming up. Oh, Dave's back. Dave, we're about to start. I think we should shift modes a little bit here into the. You can hear me, Dave? You hear? Oh, he's still a little out of it.
Can't hear you.
Now you hear me? Now you should be able to hear me. You still can't.
I can hear you now. I can hear you.
Okay. No, I was gonna say we should, let's switch gears a little bit into some tournament talk here. We got a lot of tachos out of the way. Talked a little history, a little relationship, a little Tiger baseball, a little Twillery. Plug. Thank you, Chezky, even though you didn't need to do that. Let's shift gears here, Dave. Take us into the talk of the fall.
Well, so one of the interesting things is let me pull up the bracket that they're in. I don't remember what number you ranked these guys, but
I'll tell you, he ranked us 3. First was Glenn, then was Jonasson, and then was us.
You put us 3, Avi?
No?
3 out of 5 in your division. 3 out of 5. 3 out of 5. That's not bad.
So Avi was
rumbling and bumbling over his words.
Wow.
Middle of the road.
Wow, number.
Have some dark carrots, Avi.
And the Sabos were behind. The Sabos were number 4.
Eli Sabos too. He's too much of fresh meat. I can't really. Yako's a phenomenal player. I'll put Yako up there with anybody in terms of talent, but Eli's still fresh meat. So you gotta. I had to bump him down a little bit.
Got it. All right. So you guys are obviously very talented. There's some talk that they might make an adjustment for the. Nenner was telling me. You might subtract from your account based on how good the captains are. There might be a value assigned to captains, which would even the playing field a little bit. But obviously, you guys are very strong. This is interesting. But number 3. So, Chezky, you seem to know that right away. What did you think of that?
Well, first thing, obviously, I'm thinking it's a little disrespectful. No offense, Javi. Only because, how you talk about Menachem, how he's a big league dicker. I think, Jonasson is a phenomenal player. Glenn Zuckerman is an excellent player. He's a legend. Ultimately, he's the most experienced baseball player probably in the entire draft. But I know, listen, overall, I did think it was fair. But again, I do feel like any team can beat any team. Again, it's a draft. So you can have 2, 3, 4 great players, but it's going to come down to who has the best talent and camaraderie and energy. So I think that's what it comes down to at the end of the day.
It's pretty funny. You're right. He talks about Big League Dicker all the time, and then he pairs up with Chezky Itzkowitz, and the value plummets. It's pretty interesting.
You guys are in the stronger division, though. So at least you're 3 in the strong in what I consider to be the stronger division. If you were 3 in the weaker division, what I consider to be weaker, that's a real disrespect. But at least I put you at 3 in what I think is the stronger division. Which, by the way, to be clear, there is no stronger and weaker. There's no A or B. This is totally randomized. I happen to think your division's has the captains in your division overall are just more talented than the captains in the other division. Again, it could change.
I agree with you. Yeah,
it could change based on the team. But
you know what? Yeah, you're also, first of all, you're going up against, well, like you said, Glenn Zuckerman. I never played with him. I've seen him play. He seems great. Sammy Miller is a phenomenal all-around baseball player. And then you have Jonathan Lowinger, who teamed up with, I think, Kirsch.
Yeah,
I don't understand. I don't understand why Kirsch has not been in the A-League this whole time. The guy is
agreed.
The guy he's like an effortless swing, and he kills the ball, and he's a great fielder. So like they're both, in my opinion, Jonathan Lowinger and Kirsch are A-leaguers. So they're kind of like 2 A-leaguers as opposed to me and Chezky. I'm technically a B-leaguer, and Chezky's the A-leaguer, but it's still, I think it'll still be great competition. But those other 2 teams you put ahead of us are great, really, really great players.
Jonasson and Maury Kirsch is phenomenal. The guy, like you said, he's seamless. And I call him a Matt Rosenberg Jr. at the plate. He's a lefty, and he's just like unlimited power at all fields, and his swing is so simple.
Yeah.
And so, it's so simple and soft. He's just such a talented player.
This is actually a good question for both you guys, Menachem, because you played A-League ball in the fall, and Chezky, you always play A-League ball. So you're saying, why wasn't Morty in the A-League? I was talking to Steve a little bit about some of this A-League, B-League stuff vis-a-vis the championship. and I'm gonna share something Yossi Kauf, the All-Star game. Yossi Kaufman said to me, he's like, I never have nerves. I had nerves before the All-Star game. And I was talking to Steve about it, and Steve's like, you see, he's like, it's really tough to play in big spots. He said, Steve is like a whole karate, he's like a karate champion. So he's like, I'm ready for anything. He's like, I don't feel nerves at all. Whether that's true or not, I don't know. But I'm curious, Chezky first, do you see any difference in the intensity in the A-League Sunday games? I mean, it's also Sunday morning, which is its own animal, and the B-League that you play in the night league with the Twillery Tigers?
Absolutely. I mean, you definitely do have more talent overall in the A-League, but the most talent that you do have in the A-League is the pitching. We're talking about, top-tier pitchers in the overall Jewish softball leagues. You have, obviously Yossi Kaufman, Steve, Ash. But Ash didn't play, even ours truly, Avi Edelman. There's definitely a lot more intensity, and especially with Steve on the mound. Steve's definitely his energy. He gives it all. He gives his all, and he, in every single pitch, he puts his power in every pitch. After he beat us, actually, in the Sunday morning game 3, after we won game 2. He gave such a pump. He was like, go home. And he was all pumped. You definitely feel the difference in the energy in the A-League and B-League. Last year, I did play for the Crew. It was definitely a lesser talented, but definitely plenty of talented people. We had Jacob Gelb as a pitcher. He was also a very, very solid pitcher. I do think he could be an A-League pitcher.
We want to bump them up next year, Chezky. The Crew, now known as Cobra Rentals. I very much want them to join the Titan League Sunday morning next year. We're starting on that early for this coming year.
Oh, is that Gelb was the pitcher for Cobra Rentals?
Yeah.
Oh, I never knew his name. He's
solid
he's a very solid pitcher.
Solid pitcher. Solid pitcher. He changes things up. He hits his spots. Doesn't walk. He keeps the main thing is keeping a defense behind you intact. Everyone's into it every single play. One of the things imagine just sitting in left field, not getting a single ball every game and every single inning. And then just all of a sudden a ball comes to you, you're just not ready for it, right? Yaakov he's involved in every single play. I do think he's a good pitcher.
Wait, how do you keep I don't get that, Chezky. How do you keep people involved when you're the pitcher?
The pitcher always keeps you involved. Get ready your way, get ready. He's always setting up the field. People, again, he hits his spots where people can hit the ball really anywhere. So, I mean,
also not walking guys. Whether people aren't standing around for 12 minutes.
Exactly. He moves things quick, very efficient moving, and just automatically by being efficient, you're just involved. You're always set up. It's all about being set up, giving you that extra step, that extra half a second, which can make a huge difference on any stupid blooper or fly ball, line drive, and ultimately, I think that's what it comes down to. But that's Jacob Gelb. But the intensity between the A and B league, it's different league. So it's a whole different league. I mean, the energy on both sides, offense, defense.
So that might be a crucial. So when you talk about Kirsch, that might be a crucial difference. You're saying, why isn't he an A leaguer? Sure, the talent is there. Why is he being paired with somebody who's an A leaguer? It's tricky because he might not have that experience. One of the big letdowns in the All-Star game was that our A-leaguers in the All-Star game were throwing the ball around the field like, I'm just joking. A little bit they were making some very rookie mistakes.
You could say they were throwing the ball around the field like they're a 7th grader.
Yeah.
No. I actually watched a little bit of it live, Avi, and I did see that some sloppy like cutoffs. And
I think it's open. Yeah. Archie said it pretty publicly. I think there are at least 4, 5, 6 balls that were thrown to the most mind-boggling places at the wrong times.
Right. So obviously that was a little bit of an aberration, but in the B League, you might be able to get away with 1 or 2 more mistakes than you can get away with in the A League, just based on the level of focus. Perhaps. Maybe that's the difference. I mean, Menachem, what was your experience in the fall ball last year?
So I'm going to go say pretty much exactly what Chezky just said, and I agree that it's really, I think that it comes down, well, first of all, the intensity is different. You just, again, coming from the B League, you're just a little more like nervous, I guess, when you get up there because of the pitchers, right? Like I never faced Daniel Ash in my life, and it's just significantly different than coming from the Blisco in the B League, or coming from even Ariel Cohen. He's a great pitcher, but he's not like crazy fast. And like all these pitchers and Mintz, these guys are good pitchers, but they don't have the speed that Daniel Ash has, that Yossi Kaufman has, that Pollen has. It's really the pitching. I think that if you're a good fielder, you can field on balls that are hit in the A League. If you're a good fielder, you're making the play, no matter how hard it's hit, right? Matt Rosenberg has hit a ball to me before. It's no different than if somebody in the B League is hitting a ball to me before, right? So I've faced definitely A League hitters and like fielded off of them, I guess you could say. But in terms of the pitching, you as a hitter, if you're a good hitter and you're in the B League, you have to be ready to be a much better hitter because you're facing just way more talent. And in terms of the intensity, it's just like Chezky said, like it's just an overall intensity of better talent. And again, I never played with Steve Pollen. I played one game against him. I see like videos of him. The guy is just a ball of energy, and I could totally appreciate that. I could trash talk. I could scream.
Menachem, I could guarantee that if you and Chezky bid $491 of your $500 in the first round on Steve Pollen, you will get Steve Pollen. You may be left with $1 for everyone else, but you will secure Steve Pollen. So that is in your own hands.
100%. I don't know if that's something me and Chezky are willing to do. We're not big Gvirim here. but listen, if we could get, I don't know, if there's like a Black Friday sale on Steve Pollen, maybe we can maybe we can afford that or something. But
you know what would be crazy, by the way? If one team nominates Steve Pollen for like $25 and then nobody else tries to outbid them, what a pusha.
He has too many guys who played with him.
Furious.
Yeah. No, but I can appreciate the way Steve Pollen plays. He's intense. He's into it. Again, I don't know what has more effect on his players. Is it Avi Edelman's "Let's go" or is it Steve Pollen's like "That's how we do it"? You know, like
yeah. Exactly. That's a good one. That was exactly what he yelled after they won Game 1 of the All-Star game. That's how we do it.
Exactly. So I can appreciate that. As Chezky, I lose my cool sometimes with the Tigers. I could scream a little bit. You know, it's always to try to pump us up, but like I can appreciate the fire that like a guy brings. I think we have that in the B League. I think it's just a very different, overall more talented vibe in the A League. But I'm excited about it. I'm really excited. Our A League team last year in the fall, I think we won one game. If not, I don't even know if we won a game. We just weren't like an all around talented team. We were good, not great. And when you're playing teams like that CBS team, it's again we put up a fight, but it was just you could even tell, even though we lost by one run. You could just tell that they were levels above us in terms of experience, in terms of power, in terms of like mental mistakes. And yeah, but either way, like I said before, the fact that all this is going to be spread around so much, and Chezky and I have a chance to pick up some real A-leaguers, and I have so many names in mind that I've been talking about with Chezky, like of guys that I think may go under the radar and we may be able to get for cheaper. That you're just looking for guys that are not holes in the field. You know, in terms of hitting, everyone's got to hit. Everyone's got to step up. You can have a bad game as an A-leaguer when it comes to hitting, but there are so many guys that I think that if we can snag them for cheap, I think Chezky and I can put together a really, really great squad.
Sounds good to me. Sounds like you guys have got to work already. I like it.
Well, we schmoozed.
Schmoozed. No.
Oh, yeah.
I like it.
A lot of captains are. Dave, a lot of captains are. Glenn's been very... Do you hear me?
I'm with you now. We hear you. Yeah. Go ahead.
Oh, okay. I said
Glenn
a
has
lot
been
of
recruiting,
captains
no?
are very much prepared. Yeah, Glenn and Sammy Miller have been working together strongly. I know Jonas and Lowenger's in touch with Morty Kirsch already. A lot of captains started their game plan for the draft, and probably I think it's in 5 weeks still. Still got plenty of time. We still have a lot of evaluating. We're like I said last podcast, we're going to be evaluating every individual player, so that should help captains out as well. But
if you can
a
put
lot of captains are getting
if you can put a face to every name, that would definitely be helpful, Dave.
I think I might actually. I mean,
I think we're doing.
It's not a bad idea to get a headshot. Yeah, it's not a. No, it wasn't. I do that for the captains, like I always do. I could start getting a headshot from everybody. The problem is people look so different on the field and off the field. It's like one of the best pictures is Glenn Zuckerman, like he's like in a suit and a tie. It's like hard to it's sometimes hard to connect the people. But maybe we should do that, and then you could have like your you have your first baseman you have your first baseman sheet, with all the pictures. You have your second baseman sheet, your third baseman sheet, and this way you could reference it. Speaking of first base, Dicker, I saw you put on your sign up form that you also play the outfield. Is that in a pinch or you're
I did.
Yeah, you're at secondary position outfield. Yeah.
Oh, secondary. Yeah. I mean, when I was younger in Little League, I pitched, I played first base, and then the last year of Little League, I played shortstop, which I was a stud, but I was also probably 40 pounds lighter, and I was able to move a lot quicker. But
Better
yeah, I
knees,
mean, I
better
played
knees.
the outfield, much better knees. I've been playing the outfield like my whole life when I was younger, and yeah, I'm saying I could play outfield pretty well. I'm just not as quick as other guys on the team, so just makes more sense to keep me in the infield. But yeah, and I was also just a pitcher growing up. Again, it's way different when you're playing adult softball. But I even like practiced pitching. Like I think we were blowing a team out last season, and like I think like I just came into pitch because our pitcher had to leave, and like I could put it over the plate pretty well, like also. But yeah, I play outfield. That's my secondary position.
You're a man of many talents, big league. Now we know why they call you big league.
Yep, I used to be minor league, now big league.
That's pretty funny. Wow, good. That's interesting. Maybe we should have got you in the. We could have used you in the outfield in the championship on Sundays. Ooh, that was rough.
Yeah, I mean, no comment, but
No comment.
That was
Chezky, we lost. We lost our championship on Sundays with our center fielder our right fielder made an error. Center fielder made an error. It was really brutal. Really tough.
Yeah.
So what else do we have to cover? I feel like we got through a lot, Avi.
I want to know. I want to try to get some strategy out of these guys. I want to try to get some strategy out of these guys. I don't know if they'll give anything to us. Is there any strategy you'll give to us? Any sort of approach you guys have to who you're going to be aiming for, whether it's an infielder, a pitcher, who you're going to, who you want to put heavy money on? I don't have to say any names. I'm just curious. We didn't really get much strategy out of as younger and Wach. Maybe we could get some strategy out of not as younger and Wach. What am I saying? That podcast didn't happen yet. Who did we have on yesterday, Dave? I'm all over myself. Who was on the podcast yesterday? Who were the first captains?
Ross. Yeah. Okay.
Shlomo.
Easy. Shlomo Ross and it's so funny that I'm forgetting also.
Shlomo Ross and
that guy,
and of course Benji Horowitz. So
Benji's great.
We didn't get much tournament.
Well, we got a little bit. You saw Shlomo showed his cards a little bit. He's looking to have a very, very solid field, and he's not worried so much about the pitcher, which is a strategy. Those few big names, especially if Ash pitches also, they're going to go for $100 each, $150 each.
So are we getting anything out of Menachem or Chezky? Any approach you guys have? Are you infield, outfield, pitcher, anything?
Well, they said they're
Chezky.
We haven't discussed it. Me and Menachem haven't discussed it, but Menachem did preface by saying, let's not give away any secrets, what our strategy is. But just a little heads up. No, yeah. I mean, it comes down to the talent, that what kind of energy you actually bring to the field. If let's say somebody does make an error, we all make errors, we're all human. What's going to be the energy after? Is everyone's head's going to be up or down? If you can just, let's say, continue from there.
It's a good point.
Yeah, exactly. Something like that. At the end of the day, it comes down to, obviously, you need a good pitcher, a solid pitcher. You don't need the Yossi Kaplan or Steve Pollan, even though they are the top pitchers. But you're gonna need a good defense, solid defense. Try to cover as many holes as possible. You're gonna want the best hitting as possible, and the camaraderie I think is key. Everyone knows their position. Everyone knows exactly what they need to do. Knowing how many outs, being aware of the situation, situational baseball, having a good IQ for the game. And I think that's what it comes down to. Not necessarily the most talented team wins. I think it's the one that has the best chemistry wins, because they're going to be making less errors. And it's softball. The team with the less errors is going to be winning the game. But again, you have to score runs to be able to win it.
What's the shaykhs between chemistry and softball and errors?
Knowing after an error. You're saying after an error. So.
Oh, I see.
That's just one example. That's just one example. But another example would be if, let's say, there's a man on man on second and third. There's a bloop to let's say center field. Where's he going to be throwing the ball? You're down 1-0. Bottom of the second inning.
That's not chemistry. That's IQ.
That's IQ.
Sorry.
It's all the same thing. It's all.
Okay, I got you.
What's the difference? You know.
By chemistry, I thought you meant do the guys get? I thought you meant more like do the guys get along? Do they not yell at each other? They know how to pick each other up. I mean, I guess it's all connected. I guess you're right.
You definitely want that too. You know, Chezky and I were definitely we want
We're
that
playing
too.
with people that we don't know.
We're not trying to.
I'm going to be playing with people that
Right,
I don't know,
exactly.
that I never knew before.
Yeah,
It's
That's
about
true.
knowing.
Chezky, your
it's
camera
about
turned
knowing-
off. You're aware of that?
No. How about now?
You can't see your Shaina Poonin. Menachem, can you see him?
No, we can't see.
Can't see him or Avi.
We can hear you. We can hear your beautiful voice.
Avi, you're also disappeared.
Am I really?
Yeah.
Yeah, you both disappeared.
What? I see myself.
It's
That's
funny.
strange. All right.
I see
Yeah, I hear
myself.
Chezky. So
Yeah.
chemistry's big. So how are you going to have good chemistry necessarily if you're drafting people you don't know? Are you doing psychological workups the way like the NFL does, kind of thing?
So this
That'd
is
be
where I'm
funny
actually
if
going
we-
to be
Avi-
needing. I'm going to need
Go
some
ahead,
help
Chezky.
with. Again, if you can actually put a face to a name, that can definitely help. I do play a lot of B League also, and also we have a Big League Dicker as the B League captain of this co-captain of this team. That can definitely help out in many ways. Being that he's been playing with them for
Yeah.
how many seasons, whatever. Can you guys see me
Playing,
now?
I think since.
No, we can't,
No.
but it's all right. It's all right. Avi, we can't see you either.
Okay, excellent.
Avi, what we should do? We should.
Yeah.
So we're going to be. Let's say we're evaluating each player. Let's say hitting 1 to 5, fielding 1 to 5. We should
Basically,
have,
yeah.
We should have likeliness to yell at a teammate 1 to 5. We should have
Menachem's laughing.
disintegrate under pressure 1 to 5. One other thing. I don't know. I feel like there's got to be other psychological pieces.
And by the way, just for the people, just for that one person out there who's gonna be like, how can you publicly? And we're just sending it to the captains, and it's not gonna be. We're not sending out everyone's own individual ratings to every player in this tournament. Just
We're
like
not. I thought you
captains
wanted to
draft
do
the team.
podcasts where you evaluate all the time.
No. We're gonna do a podcast where we're gonna talk about everybody and tell them what type of player they are. But we ain't gonna be ranking people 1 to 10 or 1 to 5 on their skill levels publicly in front of 350, 400 people. That will be sent to the captains. You know, I'm not gonna be going around saying, "Well, Menachem Dicker, he's an okay first baseman. He's not too flexible over there." So
Okay, wait, Avi, so while we have you here, Menachem Dicker, 1 to 5 hitting, 1 being the worst, 5 being
Avi, go for it. Go.
I
I wanna
mean,
hear
the
it.
best.
Putting him in the draft, I'll probably put him at a low 3. You have 3 as the middle level. I'll probably put him as a low 3 hitter. Fielder, I'll probably put him as a high 3 for this tournament, in this tournament setting. It's hard to give a.
doesn't exactly sound big.
Three's middle of the road. I'd say he's a low 3 and a high 3. So probably a 3, probably a 3.3, 3.4. That's average of 2.5.
Jesus.
I should not be going for less than 7 times high. Okay.
We'll
It should
never
not happen.
find out, Menachem, because
All right, Avi, do Chezky. Avi, do Chezky next.
Chezky, I'll put it more of a low 4, and fielding I'll put him at a low to mid 3.
This is a high standard. Oh boy, you're expecting a lot of talented players here. I guess you need to have room for the 5s.
Well, Chezky, first of all, I'm saying Chezky just has a lot more experience, more than Menachem, more than most guys here off of this type of pitching. And Chezky rakes. Against me, he can't hit, but against most guys like Pollen and Ash and Kaufman, Chezky actually hits really, really well from what I've seen. He really rakes off that.
Right, I can. All right, so we got a little strategy. I got to get going.
Dave, you texted me. You had a question. You were very excited to ask me. I would love for you to ask it.
Yeah. I thought of a question.
Unless you did already.
Yeah, no. I didn't get to it. I mean, we hinted at it, but I didn't get to it. What's it you're going to be facing? You're going to be... Oh, I asked you, but I said I know what the answer is. No, you're going to say you just... The question was, what's it going to take? What are you going to have to hit in this league for you to say I'm an A-League?
What am I going to have to hit?
Yeah.
That is a good question. I'm telling you, joking aside, obviously, whatever. If Avi were to say, Menachem, be my first baseman next season, not that that's going to happen, whatever. I'm just saying that's not something I would shy away from. I would not say, no, I'm not playing in it. It's just, I always, because again, I'm not committed to a team necessarily in the in the summer league, right? In the spring morning leagues. Like this was more just like I liked the B level talent, and that's where my team is. So that's why I've always played there. I was never really scared to. I would be more. I think I probably would hit less just because the pitchers are better. Doesn't mean I don't think I can, eventually get there. But I don't know. I probably have to. I just got to come up when I'm called upon, and I think that's been my problem lately. Is just like when I have runners on, I can't seem to bring them in. Sometimes I am, sometimes I'm not, but I want to be more clutch, and I just more just bat the ball down and hard. Just been popping them up lately.
You think you do too much? You think you do too much when there are runners on base?
I think so. It's something I've been working on. Something I got a little bit better at.
See, that'd be interesting to. And Chezky hasn't been able to help you with that. The seasoned vet.
Chezky just freaking rakes the ball.
Really
I don't even know if Chezky knows where the ball's going.
Is Chezky even here still? Because he didn't respond to my accusation or my compliment.
What? No, the low floor.
I don't think Chezky's here. I think Chezky's here. Chezky is here. Okay.
Yeah, I'm here. I think the biggest difference between an A-League hitter and a B-League hitter comes down to if you're down 0-2 or 1-2 against these A-League pitchers, it's what's your approach? Are you going to be making contact? Are you going to be shortening your swing? I think at the end of the day, that's what it comes down to, and I hope that the B leaguers who have never faced the A league pitchers can somehow adjust. And I think
that's what you're going to be there for.
There'll be a lot of them.
Chezky, that's what you're going to be there to coach you. But Chezky, my question for you is: do you think Big League Dicker does too much with men on base? Have you noticed him popping out in those big spots trying to hit a home run?
No. So I've seen him hit hard hit outs, very hard line drive outs. Again, good contact hits that have just simply, gotten caught. Whether it was a hard line to short, to third, to left field, left center, he definitely makes good contact against even solid pitchers. But he has definitely came up in clutch, very clutch in certain situations. I remember there was one game, I don't remember exactly, it was last season, where I think we scored probably 4 runs, and you had 3 RBIs out of the 4. Menachem definitely.
Yeah. I'm not saying I'm never clutch. I'm just saying I'm not as clutch as I want to be.
Exactly to my point. It's just knowing the situation, shortening your swing. You don't have to hit it that hard. Let's just make contact, whether it's to the right side, left side. Make contact against the. You're going to get a nice pitch high and outside on the letters. That's probably going to be a cold strike. How you're going to be able to hit that ball. Menachem definitely has.
I'm excited. I'm excited to really try.
Situations.
Yeah. I'm not like I've never have. I just want to do better for myself and prove to myself that I am a big A-League player. But I'm excited for it. I really am. I think it's going to be a great tournament. I'm excited to play with and against a lot of A-Leaguers, especially if they're not all condensed onto one CBS super team. This is just that was the craziest team I've ever seen. And I'm excited for those guys to be spread out across a bunch of mediocre, bad, good players, just all mixed together. I think it could be. I'm really excited for it.
Big League. I actually have a tough question. What were you gonna say, Avi? Were you gonna say something?
No. Go ahead.
Big League. I've got a tough question for you. Who has more value in it? Actually, no. Who's your pitcher? Itzkowitz or Sandy Berger?
What's the question? Who
the fifth?
The question
is Yitzchak even? I thought Sendy's not joining the draft.
There are some rumors. I was texting with Sendy last night. There are some rumors. There's some rumors circulating.
What, that he might actually?
I'll text you about it later.
That would be awesome. I love Sendy.
As of the last time I spoke with him, he said he couldn't do it.
You don't have the relationship with Sendy.
Sick third baseman.
Yeah, Sendy also plays pickleball. I think he's part of a pickleball tournament. I get the emails for. I saw his name there. You guys know anything about that?
I know. Me and him almost played together once or twice, pickup games, but never. I don't know anything about a tournament.
Right.
Dave Manella also last night even asked me to play pickleball, but I couldn't play.
Where do you guys play? Where do they play? Do you know?
XPO in I think it's West Hempstead or Oceanside, one of those things.
That's where Ariel plays.
Oh, Pickleball Plus.
No. Ariel plays in Pickleball Plus.
Oh, it's not the same thing?
Saw him there once, yeah.
Oh.
I used to actually play pickleball with Ariel. He's a really good pickleball player. Avi, you came one time. He's a really good pickleball player.
Okay, I won a few times. Yeah, he's
very good pickleball player.
Dave and Avi, I just have a quick question for you guys about the tournament, and I feel like other people may want to hear about it too. My question is like this. Obviously, guys who from the A League who are agreeing to this tournament and joining the tournament know what they're signing up for in the fact that they're not going to be Chezky's off. Okay. In the fact that they're not going to be on the same team, that they're not going to be with their friends and guys they've been playing with for years. How are you guys going to avoid, let's say a guy saying like, let's say one of these A leaguers or even a B leaguer saying like, I don't like the team I was drafted to. I don't know anybody on it. I don't like the talent, or or guys talking behind the scenes and being like, yo, come after me. Make sure you bid all your money on me. And like, I don't know. I guess two captains, let's say an A League captain is speaking to an A League player and they're helping each other out with the strategy. Like, how are you going to make sure things don't go on behind the scenes so that A leaguers and B leaguers can't make plans, I guess, to obviously a bid is a bid, right? A bid is a bid, but how are you going to make sure guys don't like work together to, or how are you going to make sure that guys aren't going to like be stubborn and be like, I don't like the team I was drafted to, and then not really be like fully in it?
Well, I think
it could be an unanswerable question. I'm just curious.
No, Dave, you want to answer it or should I answer it?
I don't know, Avi. I think these are big league questions. These aren't softballs.
I can answer. I could try. I could try to answer it. I think in terms of your question of behind the scenes, I don't think it's in our control. I don't think we could be evaluating putting cameras in people's houses or tapping people's phones. I think that will happen. I think no doubt in my mind that if Glenn Zuckerman ends up drafting Steve Pollen and Steve's watching the live stream, I could promise you Steve and Glenn will be in touch the remainder of the draft. In terms of buy-ins, I think most players, I think they're aware that when they're signing up and they're paying when they put their credit card in and their money is in, I think that's a buy-in. Like, they know it's a draft. They know they might get stuck with people they don't like. I think it's part of the, it's part of what players are getting themselves into. It's part of the risks. Again, we tried telling this to a couple of the guys who play on a full team right now on Shamai Feltman's team who want to do it, but they don't want to commit because they want to play with people they're friends with. So, like, we try mitigating a little bit of this risk by making it that even if theoretically you're on a team that you absolutely despise, the maximum of nights you're coming out is 6. And that's only if you're making the championship. So worst comes to worst, if you're actually on a team you despise, okay, so 5 nights, after 5 nights, you don't talk to the guy anymore. Hopefully it's not going to happen. I don't think it'll happen to anybody. But, there is risk. We try to mitigate a little bit. But, yeah, of course, in a draft, there's always risk that you'll end up on, teams of people that you just don't want to play with.
Right. When they're saying we're not going to have any Eli Mannings who refuse to play for the Chargers and want to go to New York.
I hope not. I really.
And I'm a Giant fan. But
it would sort of defeat the whole purpose why we're doing this. If someone says, "Oh, I'm not playing because I'm this guy," like, it's the opposite. We want guys who theoretically would never get a chance to play together to actually play together. It was, oh, this guy could play softball. Oh, this guy isn't necessarily the biggest jerk because he's screams.
I have another concern, and then I have one more thing, and then we'll go because we've been on for a long time. We could probably schmooze all day. First thing is that one thing I'm concerned about is the 12 players per team. I think people are going to be very excited to play. Anybody who put in their credit card and saw the dates, they already went through. They know what the situation is. I think most teams are going to have 12 people coming down most of the time, and there's going to be some hurt feelings. There's going to be some people who say, what is this? I paid $200 to play 3 innings and not get any at bats. That's going to be hard to manage. That's going to be very hard. But I think the reason we made that decision is because 11, it's a little tricky. 11 is just too thin to have for playoffs, which you're having 4 games in 2 nights. 11 is very thin for that. Imagine one guy is missing. Somebody has a simcha or chas v'shalom, the opposite, but then 12 can also be a lot. It's just a little tricky. That's one thing I'm nervous about. But leaving that aside, go ahead.
I think most teams will bat 11 in slot 1, and I think people have to understand. Again, when you're buying into this tournament and you're signing up, if you sign up here and you're a guy and I love everybody, that's just not a good hitter, or not even like way less than your average B leaguer, I think that guy has to be aware that he might not get as much playing time in the elimination games. Like, remember, Dave, there are 5 playing games, so I'm sure teams will try to get everybody as many bats as they can. They have to be aware that just like in a regular Sunday tournament where you have 3 playing games followed by the elimination, that come elimination time you might catch 5 innings and not get an at bat, or you might play outfield for 4 of the 7 innings and not get an at bat. Your team at the end of the day, you're playing to win a championship. Like, you have 5 playing games that you'll have plenty of at bats in. And, again, you're signing up, unless somebody is delusional or not real with themselves, if someone's signing up and they're really not a good hitter, they are allowed to sign up. We're not putting restrictions on talent, but they have to know that the team has to do what the team has to do to try to win, and that's what you're sort of getting yourself into by signing up.
Okay, last thing. Chezky and Menachem, advice for the draft. We made this players chat this morning or yesterday. Yossi Kaufman thought it was a good idea to help build the vibes and build the intensity and build the hype. It's not really related to the question. I guess it is a little bit. I guess the point is we're taking advice from people. Any advice for how to improve the product, how to make it geschmack, how to make people enjoy leading up? We got 5-6 weeks till the draft. Let's start with you, Chezky.
Everyone has to come to want to play. As I prefaced before the podcast actually started, you have to want to come and play. That's the bottom line. Whether you're the 12th man on the team, 11th guy, if you bring all your energy, you come to play, you're going to have a fun time no matter what. I think, at the end of the day, it's definitely something you do have to bring to the table. If you're not interested in playing, then just simply don't show up. The energy definitely has to be there. Aside from the talent, again, we're playing with some B-leaguers. A lot of them do have talent. You have to come to want. You have to want to play. That's the bottom line. Can you guys hear me?
Big league. Yeah, no, I hear you. Chezky, you're not about the vibes. You're not about the hock. You're not about the hype. You are, Flatbush 101 here. Show up to play.
Let's just play baseball. Let's just play baseball. Put me on a team. I'm ready to play. I mean, what else is there really to say? I mean, I'll defer to Menachem for the rest of the answer. But I mean, if you're just going to come with negative energy, it just simply brings bad vibes to the team. There's no reason for you to be on a team or to even play at all.
Yeah. I think that first of all, like Chezky's saying that it's all about the energy, right? If you joined this league because you're like, oh, I play in the fall every year anyway, and this is what they're doing. They're just doing a draft this year, but I'm still going to play in the same way. Then you shouldn't join it. It's not just it's obviously playing softball, which is and just having a good time, and it's a good outlet for people. That's why I love playing. If I was no, I want to play with my friends, I would not be joining this league. If you want to be with your regular team, you shouldn't be joining. If you want to just branch out, meet other softball players. I also think that this tournament, this draft, it's going to be huge for baseball leagues in general and the HSL going forward, because it's going to show so many different people, so many different talents of
exactly
it's really, this is very, very big for the whole Five Towns, Brooklyn, Queens softball community, because it's just going to show so many people, so many different sides to different players. And I think that I wouldn't be surprised if come spring next year, after this fall league, come spring, so many different teams shake it up a little bit. And some teams may even want to stick with some of the players from the draft. And I think that it's very helpful.
Or change levels, or Menachem, or change levels, go from A to B, or even Chas Shalom B to B to A, or even Chas Shalom A to B. You never know. People go, oh wait, Steve Pound's not as scary as the pitcher I thought he was. You never know.
Yeah, 100%. I'm with you. I even think I learned a lot of this from being in the A League last year in the fall. That some players are not as scary as you might think, or some guys, not every single time they get up they're going to kill the ball and they're not defendable. I definitely think that this is big for that. I also think in terms of the draft, I think that all the captains should, before the draft starts, we should all sit around, schmooze for 20 minutes, half hour. Every captain should get to know each other. We're all friends. We're all Jews here. We all have the same goal in mind. There's no bad blood. There's no intensity. We're all just here to have a good time, and we should, obviously not give away too much and not be, not show each other all of our cards, but there should be a good vibe.
It should be an event for the captains, not just showing up to draft the team. It should be.
Menachem, are you a big camp guy?
Yeah, I spent 12 years in Camp Simcha.
Oh wow, yeah, you got a lot of the language. Wow,
I like people. I'm a people's person. I don't like beef. I don't like fighting. I like to just and especially if I'm going to be drafting with and against these people, I want there to be a good vibe. And and again, I know a lot of these guys from a softball point of view. Some of them I've never spoken to, some of them I have, some of them I haven't. But I'm down to get to know guys better, play with guys I've never played with, And
you want to know what's a great
comfort.
You want to know a great psychological shtick, Dave, and I gotta give Sam Sutton credit, and we'll wrap after this. Sam Sutton, he got it perfect, and this is exactly what Menachem's saying. Sam Sutton. So there was we're on a chat with Sam Sutton, and Dave was saying how we're the first ones to ever do an auction draft, and right away Sam, as he usually does, with doing these things for the first time, he's like, no, he's like, listen, I got to set the record straight. We did one 3 years ago. He sent the video. It was so cool. But my point is, Sam came in a suit with what do you call it, those things that you bang as a judge has? You bang the thing
Gavel.
a gavel and a stender. And like he's sitting there, he's standing there, he bangs the gavel. Like, what's he doing there? It sounds like to me what he's doing there is he's keeping it really professional, but also really loose. Like it's cute. You have a guy there in a suit and a gavel and a stender. Like he's keeping that sort of, as Menachem's saying, that sort of middle ground between it is competitive. You want to get the best team, but you're also, you're keeping it cute. I think it's a very cute idea, and like stuff like that can really make it a really fun night.
Yeah, Avi, I think by the draft, before we start, everyone should go around, introduce themselves, say who they've been playing with, say where they live, just like something to like break the ice and get guys like comfortable with each other. And I also think, I don't know if you had this, there shouldn't be players at the draft. That's just my opinion. Just because
I think
guys might get insulted, guys might see who's like that they're not being bid on or that they
are.
Well,
it's good.
Hey, but he's planning on live streaming it.
It is gonna be live streamed.
Okay.
Yeah, but the no players at the draft, I think, is a valid point, and I think Avi Nenner also ultimately. By the way, ultimately this is Avi Nenner and Adam Brommer. We had all that Karsto for them. They pushed. They've been putting so much work into this, and they're advising us on a lot of these things. I think they're leaning towards that as well, having it just be the captains there, maybe a couple of the staff, but for the most part, not really having players there. Also, we don't know the space we're gonna have. Could be we're not gonna have room for players. Could be we're gonna rent out a random room somewhere. Like we don't know what we're doing it yet.
Yeah, please don't do it far away from the 5 towns, please.
Everyone was telling me that Monday night.
Define far away. Define far away.
Glenn's like, do it in Great Neck. I'll get you a gorgeous room. And then I hear, like, from the background, like, 8 people yell, like, no, what are you doing? What are you doing?
If Glenn gets us a gorgeous room in Great Neck, we're doing it in Great Neck, Avi.
If you want to do it far away, then you have to do it in reserve cut. Otherwise, I'm not coming.
Not Wall Street Grill? Screw reserve cut.
Wall Street Grill is perfect.
Yeah, I was going to say, Menachem, what's reserve cut compared to Wall Street Grill? You kidding?
Wall Street Grill, I love Wall Street.
It'll be perfect.
The winner of the Summer Night Championship.
Brooklyn. It'll definitely be helpful. For the Brooklyn people, it'll definitely be helpful. That's for sure.
I happen to love Wall Street Grill. It's me and my wife's favorite restaurant. Shout out Wall Street Grill. But I was just saying a nice restaurant. So yeah.
They got a new. They also got a new chef.
All right, we gotta go. Avi, all these guys, we could just schmooze with them all day long. Sorry. All right.
It's true.
Chezky, Menachem, thanks so much for coming on. We're looking forward. It's going to be very exciting. Thanks for being captains as well. I know you're taking a little bit of a burden upon yourself, but it's really appreciated. And Chezky, maybe if Archie signs up, you can show him, that you really are.
Archie, cut the garbage, Archie, and sign up. Archie, I'm gonna call a different player every podcast. I called Adam off on last podcast. Now it'll be Archie. Archie, grow up, sign up, and stop being scared of these B-League players. Okay, Archie? We know that's what it is. We know you're scared.
Avi, can you do that? Can you do that for? Avi,
I got news for you. Archie ain't showing up. He ain't showing up for nothing.
Avi, can you do the same thing for Adam so I could cut it and send it to him? Adam,
I did it last. You could cut it from last podcast.
I don't remember.
Go to last podcast. I did it. You'll find it.
All right, guys.
Thanks, guys.
Yep. Bye.